Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. My name is Khalid Gray.
And I'm Kenneth Richardson.
And how has your weekend been?
I feel like I've had a very productive week so far. Everything's going so smooth. And just to say that I've made it through the week is nothing but a blessing from God.
Amen. And it's been just an amazing week for sports, Prairie View sports, and just sports in general.
Mm.
Whether it's our sports or just sports all over the place. It's a lot to talk about, and we've been wanting to give you the guidance information for the longest.
Mhm.
So without any further ado, let's get into the first story. Our baseball team was in action versus Texas State in San Marcos yesterday. The Panthers fell to the Bobcats, losing the matchup 23-2. After going down 8-0 in the third inning, Isaac Davia put up the Panthers' first run on the board. The Bobcats would expand their lead to as much as 10-1 before the Panthers would score again, scoring off a single RBI by Lee Allen. The Bobcats will go on to win the game 23-2. The Panthers saw some success throughout the night. Freshman outfielder Michael Smith was able to steal, two bases while Davia led the Panthers at the plate, going 1 for 2 with a triple. The Panthers baseball team will be back in action this Friday, March 1st versus McNeese State. The first pitch is scheduled for 6 p.m. prompt.
The Lady Panther softball team fell to Tarleton State in a doubleheader matchup, losing both games 10-2 and 7-6. Their highest scoring inning from either the game came from the second inning of Game 2, where they scored 4 runs. The Lady Panthers led Tarleton State at the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 6-4. Tarleton then went on to score 3 runs at the game, continue holding the Lady Panthers scoreless for the rest of the game. The Lady Panthers now sit at an overall record of 4-13, losing their last 6 matchups. They will be back in action next Wednesday, March 6th, here at home versus Penn. The game is scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. When we return, we will be discussing our men's and women's basketball team. Stay tuned after the break.
Gray here with Panther Sports Zone, reporting in on the Grambling Lady Tigers versus the Prairie View A&M University Lady Panthers. The Grambling Tigers met the Panthers here at our own Baby Dome at 5:30 p.m. on February 19, 2024. Here, the Grambling Lady Tigers defeated the Lady Panthers 64-55 at the end of regulation. This was because of an amazing third quarter, outscoring the Panthers by 8 points. The leading scorer for the Panthers were Ryan Payne with 26 points, shooting 9 from 17 on the night, as well as 7 for 9 from the free throw line. The leading scorer for the Grambling Lady Tigers was Dushine Prin with 16 points, shooting 6 for 10 on the night. After the game, we were able to catch up with Maya Williams to discuss defensive focus for herself as well as for the team.
Welcome, Panther Sports Zone. My name is Khalid Gray, and I'm here with number 4, Maya Williams. Maya, when you came off the bench today, or when you get in the game just in general, you seem to give this extra oomph to the defense. How can you explain your extra intensity coming off the bench or starting and giving this team an extra boost?
My defense is really my go-to, so I know when I come in the game, that's what I have to give. It creates my offense. Even if I don't score, I know defense is my weapon.
And throughout the first half, you guys were holding them exceptionally well. You were getting steals, you were forcing turnovers, and just like in last game, you guys forced a lot of shot clock violations, and that transitioned even into this game. So defensively as a team, what is your game plan going into this game?
Communication and rotation. It's simple as that.
Thank you. Good. Look, really good effort tonight. Get the next one. You know how it is. All right, this is Panther Sports Zone with Khalid Gray.
After this game, the Lady Panthers are to face Arkansas and Pine Bluff, the Golden Lions, at Clemens Arena at 3 p.m. February 24th.
And welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. Once again, my name is Khalid Gray.
And I'm Kenneth Richardson.
And we're going to go straight into story 3, which is men's basketball. The men's basketball team fell in a disappointing fashion to Mississippi Valley State this past Monday. The win for Mississippi Valley snapped a 29-game losing streak, the longest losing streak in Division I basketball this season. The Panthers lost in regulation 57-51. Chris Felix Jr. and Javante Hopkins combined for 34 points in the loss, but it just wasn't enough. Both Hopkins and Felix Jr. scored for the Panthers. The Panthers trailed the Delta Devils for the majority of the game, unable to string together stops despite holding Mississippi Valley State to just 33% shooting on the night. The Panthers were unable to capitalize on their rebounding success as they out-rebounded the Delta Devils 41-32. Panthers forward Brian Miles was almost single-handedly responsible for the Panthers' rebounding success. Miles pulled down 22 rebounds on the night, setting a new career high to go along with his 7 points. Mississippi Valley only had 4 players score on the night. Raekwon Brown of Mississippi Valley State scored 21 points on the night. Brown was one of the 4 Delta Devils to score in double figures, with 3 other Mississippi Valley State players putting up 12 points each, combining for 36 points. Danny Washington, Ereko Gibson, and Donovan Sanders were the only other Delta Devils outside of Brown, to score. The Panthers will be back in action Saturday here at the Baby Dome versus Alcorn State at 5:30 p.m. promptly. The Panthers will face Alcorn State Braves, team that has won their last 5 in a row.
On the other side of the court, the women's basketball team was able to pick up the win versus Mississippi Valley State, winning 69-63. The Lady Panthers had 3 players score in double figures, led by Ryan Payne, who scored 18 points. Payne also had a double-double on the night, pulling in 11 rebounds. Amari Williams and Jada Robinson combined for 25 points on the day, Williams scoring 15, pulling down 8 rebounds, and nabbing 2 steals, while Robinson added 10 points of her own. The bench was also a major factor in the win, led by Robinson. The bench tailed 30 of the Panthers' 69 points on the day. The Panthers recorded 15 steals on the night, asserting their dominance on the defensive end. They also shot fairly well from the free throw line, knocking down 23 of their 33 attempts. With this win, the Lady Panthers now sit at a 3-way tie for 6th place in the SWAC. The squad will be back in action Saturday here at the Baby Dome versus Alcorn State at 3 p.m.
And we're going to get into more about all the stats and the standings, seeing that March Madness is only 2 weeks away. But going into the next story, SWAC Bowling is wrapping up today's show. The SWAC will announce the tournament seeding for the upcoming 2024 SWAC Bowling Championship. The Panthers women's bowling team is slotted in as the 5th seed. Southern leads the pack as the number 1 seed, followed by Alabama State and Texas Southern as the 2nd and 3rd seeds, respectively. Jackson State claims the final seed behind Prairie View, slotting in as the 6th seed. And that'll wrap up today's episode of Panther Sports Zone with Khalid Gray
and Kenneth Richardson.
And we will be back with another episode after this one, covering more in depth about the sports and Prairie View.